Welcome to the channel. You're watching another episode of BangBets Daily, brought to you by Lit757. And in this video, we'll be going over our NBA picks for today, Monday, December the 11th. Let's get into it. Sweaty! In our first matchup, we got the New York Knicks hosting the Toronto Raptors. Toronto coming in 9-13, 11th in the Eastern Conference on a 3-game skid. Lost their last game to Charlotte, where I backed them. So we're just, I think we're just gonna consider them the Craptors from now on, because I watched that game and this Raptors team is just not it, man, not it. And I don't believe that they're gonna just magically get up for this New York Knicks squad. Knicks coming in 12-9, 7th in the Eastern Conference. Lost their last game to Boston, 123-133. So now they're back at home. Let's check the injury report. Brunson game time decision. No Mitchell Robinson tonight. No Otto Porter for the Raptors. And that looks like the most of it. But won't waste any more time, man. Give me the Knicks laying 4.5 at home. I think they have a pretty good bounce back game here in the Garden in front of their home fans. The only thing that I do not like about the New York Knicks is a guy named RJ Barrett. He's really hard to watch. I don't understand how people make it in the league and they literally do nothing but chuck and force as soon as they get the basketball. So he might keep it close, but I think Randall and Brunson can do enough to cover this spread for us. Knicks probably win by double digits tonight. Next game up, we got the Atlanta Hawks hosting the Denver Nuggets. Nuggets coming in 14-9, 4th in the Western Conference on a 3-game losing streak. Lost their last game to Houston, 114-106. Hawks coming in 9-12, 10th in the East. Lost their last game to Philly, 114-125. They're also on a 3-game skid. Both teams coming in on 3-game skids. This Hawks team, man, I watched their last game in full. They played well, but they have a tendency just to fall apart at the end. Yet to see them play a complete game. They do have a high offensive rating. They do score a lot of points per game, but they also are 26 in defensive rating. So they give up a lot of points, man. And it's honestly hard to back them even at home. Let's check the injury report real quick. Jamal Murray game time decision. He's likely to go tonight. He's probably going to play. DeAndre Hunter is questionable for Atlanta. I think that's pretty critical for the Hawks. If there's no DeAndre Hunter, that hurts them big time. I don't see how we don't go with the defending NBA champs here to stop their losing streak and pick up a win. Especially with Jamal Murray, Jokic. I mean, these dudes aren't they're not gonna keep losing games. No way they keep losing games. So give me the Denver Nuggets right here, laying the 2.5. They'll probably end up winning pretty big tonight. And Joker triple double as always. Next game, we got the New Orleans Pelicans hosting the Minnesota Timberwolves. Spread sitting at 3.5. Totals at 222.5. Timberwolves coming in 17-4, first in the Western Conference. They're on a 6-game win streak. Won their last game against Memphis, 127-103. Pelicans coming in 12-11, 10th in the Western Conference. Lost their last game to the Lakers, 89-133. And I'm looking at this game and I'm trying to understand what's going on with the spread. How is the 17-4 team not favored? There's no big name. Well, hold on. Anthony Edwards is a game time decision. He's questionable, so we'll hold off. See if Ant-Man's gonna. Well, no, we're not gonna hold off. We're still gonna talk about it. But here's my thing. I'm not I think with the with the Zion drama right now about his weight gain and how they went out bad their last game, and just Zion's poor play throughout the season, I can see the Pelicans to start to trend down heavy with the drama, and then the drama gets more intense for them, and just the whole NBA storyline of how their season fell apart, whoop whoop, blah blah blah. So I like Minnesota tonight. I really like Minnesota tonight if Anthony Edwards gets activated and plays a full game. I'm not backing this Pelicans team right now. So give me Minnesota on the money line. What is that right now? About plus 125. So get it while you can, because once they activate Ant, the number's gonna move. And then our last matchup, we got the Memphis Grizzlies hosting the Dallas Mavericks. Spread sitting at 2.5. Total sitting at 227.5. Dallas coming in 13-8, third in the Western Conference, on a 2-game win streak. Won their last game against Portland on the road, 125 to 112. Memphis coming in 6-15, 13th in the Western Conference. They're on a 1-game losing streak. Lost their last game to Minnesota, 127-103. This Grizzlies team, man, got half their roster on the injury report. So hard to back them in any scenario. The Mavericks are going to be without Grant Williams, without Luke Kennard. I'm sorry, hold on. I'm looking at the wrong thing. All right, Mavericks going to be without Grant Williams, without Maxi Keebler, without Josh Green, and without Kyrie Irving. So it's going to be the Lucas show tonight for the Mavericks. They're playing a Grizzlies team. A lot of guys that don't typically get minutes are going to get minutes in this one. So, kind of hard to say how it will come out. But I would expect a really big dose of Luka tonight from Dallas with no Kyrie in this one. And I think Luka can take care of business for us tonight by himself. So give me the Mavs laying at 2.5 against this Grizzlies team. I got respect for Bang. He can hoop, but I don't think he's going to be able to carry this Grizzlies team to a bunch of wins right now until they get those pieces back. So, and another thing, I feel like the Mavs have been playing pretty well lately, and I've been missing opportunities to back them. So we're going to jump on this one right here against this Memphis team that we know Dallas can easily take care of. And taking a look at the rest of the games on the board, we got the Indiana Pacers traveling to Detroit to take on the Pistons. Pistons on that massive losing streak. I mean, I'm sure everybody in America has Indiana minus 6.5. But I didn't want to touch the Pacers coming off that in-season championship game loss. Not saying I expect the Pistons to win this game, but I wouldn't be shocked if they covered the 6.5 in this one. So I didn't want to mess with it. I didn't really like either side in this game, and I just don't like backing the Pacers. I don't care how good they appear to be. Every time I back this team, it blows up in my face. So no, thank you. Next up, Wizards playing Sixers. That spreads at 10.5. I'm sure the Sixers are covering that game. I didn't want to mess with that one though, because 10.5 can be a big number sometimes, and I didn't want to get burned by the spread. So I'd rather pick my winners, and if they win, I got a pretty good shot of winning as well, versus they win and I need them to win by double digits. So just to pass on that one with the lean towards the Sixers. Heat and the Hornets. I think the Heat are still missing Bam and Tyler, but they're hooping anyway. So I wouldn't be surprised if they took care of business against the Charlotte team. I just didn't want to back a wounded Heat squad on the road against a Charlotte team that's been playing pretty well lately. So I guess I'm giving a slight lean towards the Heat in this one. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Hornets just got a win tonight. Next up, we got the Cavs and the Magic. That's a pretty tough matchup right there. Two pretty good squads. Magic have been good at home, really good at home lately. Cleveland's been playing pretty well as well. So just one of those games where, it's going to be a good basketball game, but there's other games on the board that are going to be a little bit more obvious to call than that one. So we'll stick with those. Next up, Bulls versus the Bucks. This Bucks team, man, I can't get them figured out. 10.5 is a big number, and I just don't feel comfortable laying that with the Bucks right now. So I'm gonna pass on this one with the lean towards Milwaukee minus the 10.5, because who's backing the Bulls? But either way, just the game I want no parts of. Spurs Rockets. I thought about taking a shot with the Rockets on this one. I still like them here, but I just felt better about the other games. Mavericks and the Grizzlies, we talked about that one. Jazz and Thunder. Give me the Jazz plus the points right here. I'm telling y'all, man, that's my lean on that game. I think the Jazz will cover that. Brooklyn at the Kings. I'm gonna give a lean towards the Nets on the money line in that one. I know it's on the road, but this Kings team, man, they've been looking more and more shaky every week. So I can see them dropping a game right here that they're supposed to win. And then last game of the night, we got the Clippers hosting the Blazers. I would ride with Blazers plus 12.5 in that one. 12.5 is just a big number to lay, and that Blazers team has been playing pretty decent basketball. So I would take the points with the Blazers in the last matchup. So to recap our picks for today, we got the Nuggets laying 2.5 on the road against the Atlanta Hawks. We got the New York Knicks at home in the Garden minus 4.5 against the Toronto Raptors. We got the Minnesota Timberwolves on the money line on the road against the New Orleans Pelicans. And then we got the Dallas Mavericks minus 2.5 on the road against the Memphis Grizzlies. If you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, get at me on X, get at me on TikTok at BangBets, at Lit757. We out.